This video is sponsored by minifigures.me. Stick around for a special, exclusive discount code. Hi and welcome back to Cut the Kragle. Today we're going to be taking a look at my ongoing LEGO Arcade MOC. It's been a couple of months since my last update video. That's totally on me. 2021 has just been whizzing by like Roadrunner on roller skates. But we're back now, and with 50% more. 50% more LEGO, 50% more awesome. Actual statistics may vary. Remember, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. So as you can see, the biggest and most obvious change since last time is that I've extended the whole build by another 16 studs. Essentially, making this a modular and a half long. I got the idea to do this after building the LEGO Spring Lantern Festival set. Previously, I was kinda set in my mind that this build should fit this rigid, standard LEGO Expert modular template. Once I got past that and realised I could be more fluid and flexible, but still have this be able to fit in alongside the official modular buildings, I honestly felt so much more liberated and excited to get stuck into this project. And actually, this makes the whole thing closer to the original building that inspired this. Arena 1 had the entrance just like this on the right with the rest of the building off to the left. Although it didn't have any windows, I really like these because you can take a peek at what's going on inside. Speaking of which, let's take a look inside. You can see I've now added a bunch of minifigures. I took the opportunity when extending the build to better plan out where I wanted to place and pose my minifigs, so I could put the jumper studded tiles in the right places. I had to pull up a lot of the tile floor anyway, since I've completely redone the layout for the arcade machines. In the centre, here I've rejigged the row of retro arcade cabinets I got from minifigures.me. To get these lined up how I wanted, I did have to offset their jumper tiles with some 1x2s, but I decided to put those in grey. That way I could justify it in my own head as being like the power outlets for the machines. Of course, they're not even visible when the cabinets are in place, but I just like the internal logic of it. You've probably noticed that I've also added in a step up here. The whole extra part that I've added in is actually raised up by one brick. I feel like it just makes the whole layout more interesting and dynamic. Plus, you know, it's not uncommon to have raised areas and spaces like this. I also decided to strengthen the structure of the build using these long Technic bricks as ceiling beams or rafters. They'll also help for when I start to work on the next level, and I think they fit pretty well with the repurposed build and aesthetic I'm going for. This new raised area of the arcade I've mostly dedicated to two of the larger video game assemblies. Last time I showed you minifigures.me's Dance Dance Brickolution. I absolutely loved that, but it just took up way too much space. So I decided to put it in a room with my original custom Dance Dance assembly, light some candles, put on a little Barry White, and let nature take its course. And 9 months later, here we have this bouncing baby hybrid of the two. I'm honestly really happy with how this turned out. Obviously, I've used the printed slopes from the minifigures.me version and also the top part with the name and flashing lights, and added that to my more downsized dance mat and speaker setup. I think it's a great blending of the two, and I hope they don't mind too much that I took some liberties with their creation. Next to that is a completely new addition to my arcade. This Moto racing machine from minifigures.me, based on the MotoGP Raw Thrills motorcycle racing game. Now this cabinet build actually comes with a joining floor piece that connects it to the LEGO motorcycle piece. I customized that a little bit by building it into the floor of my arcade. It means you can't easily remove it like the other games, but it makes it more structurally sound and brings the height down just enough for when I add the next level above. Putting the actual arcade aside for 1 minute, minifigures.me actually sent me another LEGO arcade game. this epic stud Brick Rally Championship machine. This of course is inspired by the classic Sega Rally arcade game from the 90s. I can't tell you how much I loved this game back in the day. Along with Time Crisis 2, this had to be one of my most favourite coin swallowers. Certainly it was my top favourite driving game. And this assembly is a superb recreation of the original double-seated arcade royalty. It really is spectacular. It's also really big.
That's what she said.
It's too big.
That's what she said.
It's so big, there's no way I can fit it inside.
That's what
Stop! We get it, alright? Just no more. Stop. No more. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is the footprint this thing would put down in my arcade is just monumental. It would completely dominate the whole floor. And it's also way too tall. I'd have to raise the whole thing by another 2 bricks or so just to fit. So sadly, this one won't be making it into my arcade MOC. But honestly, this thing is so darn beautiful, I'm probably just going to keep it by my desk as a standalone display. I still need to finish up my designs for my trio of custom arcade games based on Time Crisis 2, Crazy Taxi, and Turtles in Time. I also need to figure out how to tackle the banister or handrail for the new stairs I've put in. But I'm almost ready to start work on the next level of this build, and I am very excited. Remember, if you like to get your own LEGO arcade machines, Minifigs.me sell a whole bunch, including some retro classics, and of course the MotoGP and stud brick rally display sets I showed you. And if you use my exclusive discount code 2021Kragle10, you'll get 10% off your order. Let me know what you think of these latest updates to my arcade MOC in the comments below. And while you're there, be a legend and hit that subscribe button along with notifications. And if you've done all that, well, you might as well give the video a thumbs up too. Go on, you know it makes sense. I'll see you next time. Laters!